Hey, this is Sean checking in from the cabin at the lake with an SEO update. Specifically, we're going to be looking at product data for e-commerce or even for your regular retail store if you're listing the products online. The e-commerce store that we're going to be editing products on is going to be living on the Odoo platform, but there'll be a lot of information here that is not specific to any particular platform. Let's get into it. So first, we're going to log into our e-commerce site. This time we're going here to this Kitehouse website, and we're going to log in so that we get access to the back end. So we're an internal user in this case. All right, here we are in the back end. Now, in case you're not familiar with this platform, this is the standard dashboard where you can open up any of the apps that you have installed. And one of our apps is Website, which is where our products live on e-commerce. E-commerce and website are in the same module. We can also navigate in here in Quick Links. This is actually a little custom navigation module brought to you by Click Theory. This gives you just a little more organized menu that's always in this vertical fashion, and you can deep link into the apps instead of just opening the app and then needing to find where you want to go next. So in our case, we're going to go into website products. So you can see we have a whole pile of products, 104 of them that are actually published to the website currently. So we're currently filtered to published only. We should actually take a look at one of these products on the website. So let's open up this Select Freeride Kiteboard. This is the back end, but we're going to just quickly take a look at it on the website front end. So here's the public view of this product, and it is currently showing as not in stock for that 132 size, but I think there's a 138 in stock maybe. Oh, maybe not. There we go. There's one left in stock. Nothing in that particular store, so the user can always check another store. So we're mainly going to talk about other content like your descriptions and images. But I'm just going to clear this out and hit enter, and we'll let that refresh. However, we're not going to stick around. Hey, this is Future Sean here. I just realized while doing the editing here that the reason that wasn't working is because I was logged into the back end. If you're just a regular user, not an internal user, and you want to switch, you can select store and it will be much easier. Just hit enter, there we go, and there are the two locations, but it shows stock right away. We'll just go back to the back end. Well, let's take a look at the product on the front end first, I suppose. So we have the main image here, and then you can have additional images. You can also have other media here, like video, for example, is pretty common. At the top, you can see there's breadcrumbs here, so that just helps the user understand where they are on the website. And then on the right, this one has a flag, so it's got a sale flag on it. And then there's the title. There's no reviews on this particular product yet. Here's our short description, so that's like an introduction to the product. And then we have the price. This one has a sale price, so we can see there's a small discount there. So this actually is discounted specifically to some users who are members. So that's why I'm seeing this, because the user I'm logged into is set up to have that membership pricing. So that's why we're seeing that 2% off on this particular product in this case. Moving down, we've got our size choices here, and then our availability. And then, of course, the add to cart. How many do you want? Favorite, compare. So we'll just remove that. We won't look at compare right now, and share if you want to share the product. We can copy to clipboard, or we can share to one of these social destinations. Let me grab some tea here. Oops. And our brand is listed with its logo. There's a tag, so it's previous year unit, which is why it's on clearance. We can see it's also in the clearance category. This just means that on the website, if somebody were to filter over to the clearance page, it would be there. And then there's one similar product listed here as well. So it's another board, another twin tip that is also a free ride board, just a different model. Then if we scroll down a little further, we have the product details section here. And in the product details section, here's where you'd want to build out rich product data ideally. Currently, there's a long paragraph here, which, I mean, that's great, but that's not ideal, of course. What we'd like to see here, if this was optimized out fully, would be more interesting content, like images, maybe some charts, maybe you want some columns in there, something that makes it more interesting and provides the user with rich information. That tea is good. It is, well, a mixture of three of them actually, but there's actually some licorice root in there. So specifications, when we're adding attributes to the products, we're going to see them land in here as specifications. So on this, we're going to see them land in here as specifications on this specifications table. And if anybody were to leave a review, they would write that review here, and then we would see the record of those reviews or the list of them there as well. So that is the product page that we're populating data for. So hopping into the back end of this product, we're going to take a look at the areas where each of those sections are populated from. So maybe actually what we'll do is we'll duplicate our tab here, and on one tab, we'll open up the front end, and on the other, we'll open up the back end. So here's the front end of the product. And first of all, there's this flag. Now this flag will display not only here, but also on the product cards on the shop page or other repository pages where the product would exist. So those can draw attention, right? So in the back end, that flag in the Odoo platform is on the Sales and eCommerce tab, and right here, ribbon. So I was calling it a flag, but they call it a ribbon here. So if we were to change that to sold out or out of stock, then it would just change on the front end, of course. So these can be created in here. So we can actually click on the internal link to see how the sale one, which it has currently, is set up. So it's going to be on the left side. The style is a ribbon, and the theme style. So there's just different styles in here. And there's your text color and your background color for that particular banner, or what are they calling it? Ribbon. There you go. So that's that piece. Back to the front end. And let's go back into the same product. A product introduction, or a short description, it's called sometimes. If we hop over to the back end, that's under the website tab, and you can see the web description here. The meta description will also match what is in the web description in general. In fact, we have it now so that it, by default, will actually automatically fill it. I'll show you. I'm just going to save this, and then I'm going to repaste this back in here. And if I save, it's going to populate out the meta description. Now, ideally, you would craft the meta description to be as suitable as possible for that specific purpose, but this is at least giving us something in the meta description. Then when you SEO this product, in this case, you'd want to shorten it for sure. You really want to make it so that it works well for Google search, right? Right there. Here's another meta description. Back to the front end. Product images. So product images, the main image is set right here, and it doesn't matter which tab you're in, you can always see that main image. But then on website content tab, you can add more images. And in fact, you could add a video URL from either YouTube or Vimeo if you wanted to have videos in there as well. Pretty neat. Specifications. We should look at specifications next. So here, this is just a table of the product specifications. If you're optimizing your product, it's really good to add lots of this information. And in the back end, that's on your attributes and logistics tab. And that's where you see your sizes, your brand. You could have whatever kind of specifications you'd like to have in here. You could have construction material. I think we actually have that in here. Yeah, so construction material. So this one's wood core. It automatically filled all of these. That's weird. So we're going to create wood core. And now if we take a look at that on the front end, I'm just going to save the back end here and switch back and refresh. And construction material wood core is now added there. Reviews and rating. Ideally, you get reviews and rating on your products. Again, if we go back here, they really stand out, don't they, when there's a review on a product? And I don't know about you, but I like to check reviews for companies or products before I buy online, especially. That gets us to the end of all of that. Now let's actually build out a product. To do that, we're going to do it from a staging copy. So this is a neutralized copy of the website. That way we're not affecting anything live, because I might not be thinking clearly while I'm doing this as I'm recording this. So we're going to do it on this product. So it's a couple of years old, but that's okay. We're going to optimize this product out. This product is already created, so we're just editing it and adding more information. You can see there's already some detailed information here as well. So let's hop into the back end. First, let's take a look at our product title. Duotone Rebel SLS Kitesurfing Kite 2023. I think that's perfectly fine. We have the brand, we have a description, and then we have the primary attribute that we care about, which is the model year. And I need some more tea. Quick scan of the product basic settings here. It's set up as goods and we're tracking inventory. Excellent. That's what we want to see. There is a smart button for variants, so we know that there are variations. So we also know that means in attributes and logistics, we're going to see some variations. So there's a 10 meter, 11 meter, and then there's minty gray and light gray. So that's how we get 4 variations. 10 meter comes in 2 colors, 11 meter comes in 2 colors. The next thing, is it in the right category? Kites. Yes, it is. So that's the correct category for internal and also on e-commerce. This item is 2023 model, also on clearance. It is tagged clearance so that it lands in our clearance section on the website. It is set for company kite house, which is good because we're in a multi-company environment here. And then if we head to the sales and e-commerce tab and scan through the items on here, currently, I'm actually going to start on the right side, the e-commerce shop. It's set to only appear on the website. So if this was blank, then this product would be on all websites. But because we've specified we want it on Kitehouse, it's going to be on the Kitehouse website only, which is what we want. Tags, it is previous year and it is clear out. Those are both correct and good things to tell the customer, and also helps us sorting in the back end if we want. So if we ever want to find all of our items that were marked clearance or clear out or previous year, we can sort and filter when we're in list view. I'm going to show that to you actually. So we'll go into just the products list. So is tag in here? So it's not, but so we could either group or we could filter by tags. And so we're going to look for all of our clear out ones. And we don't care if they're published or not. We'll do that. So there we go. There are all of the items that are currently on the clear out list. So if we wanted to add more, we would tag them with that clear out. Back to the front end again. Oops, I clicked completely the wrong spot. Back to the front end again. But what we want to do now, let's optimize our product description, which is this. Up back to the back end. That's on website content. And we've already written this, so it says the easiest kite to boost with. If your goal is to learn to boost or boost as high as possible, this is the kite designed specifically for you. The Rebel SLS is a good choice for new and seasoned riders. It is easy to fly and the most accessible design for airtime. That's actually a really good description. I would say, though, that it's a little bit long to read. So maybe we could optimize this. We could just use our brain and fingers to type, or we could also select this and use Odoo's AI. And we could prompt it with a custom prompt, or I'm just going to try my rewrite product short description pre-made prompt that I made a while ago, just to test it and see what we get from that first, because that's quick. I can just click the button. And it changed it, so it formatted it a little bit differently. It says experience effortless big air, and they've bolded that, with this high-performance freeride kite. It's designed for riders who want to learn boosting or achieve maximum height, offering an accessible design for all skill levels. That actually reads a lot more fluently than the way I wrote it. So we can use that, or we could say, add who is it for? We can continue to prompt it if we want to try to get more. So that's great. Let's see if we can get it quick to scan and read. Hopefully it understands a mint read. Probably does. I don't know what's going to come of this, or being pretty ambiguous. Master Big Air with high performance free ride with this incredibly easy to boost kite. Perfect for new riders learning to jump and season pro. Oh, I love that. It's really short. And yeah, this is great. So I'm actually going to replace this. I kind of want to keep the, well, this kind of interfered though with the, I'm going to copy this part to my clipboard. I'm going to use this. There we go. Oh, there we go. I got to highlight all of it. Use this. I see. We don't want to grab that top part because it's got a heading tag. Let's see what this ends up looking like on the front end. So there, I think we made a pretty nice short description. We don't need that space there. Big Air high performance free ride. Yeah, it's kind of weird having this here, especially in all caps. Maybe I'll make it not all caps. That's what we'll do. We're maybe overanalyzing this, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is do Big Air. Okay, we'll do it like that. Get rid of this space, and then we'll just, oh, shoot. Control Z to undo. What we want to do instead is go here and hit backspace. There we go. Delete that. Perfect. I think that's going to look really good. Close our AI chat there. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's much shorter, faster to read, quick to scan. Okay. Let's move on to the next part. We want to make sure we've got all of the correct size choices here and the colors. And we're just going to say that in this case we do, but we'll go to the back and look at where those are. So those are attributes. So attributes and logistics. There's our choices and colors right there. Now we might want to think about adding some more information on here. For example, we could have the style of kite. So rider style. That might be an interesting one to have. So we'll create and edit this. Now for this attribute, when you're setting these up, you need to decide, well, let's go through this in order. Display type, what do we want this to look like? Do we want it to be a pill, a selection box? This rider style, it's, I guess it could actually be more than one, but I would say pills make sense because we're not going to select different kites. We just want to list this as a specification. So I'm going to use pills. And then I'm going to add a couple of options. So for this kite, it would be for somebody who really likes to boost. So I'm going to have some more tea while I think about this. Okay, so big air. And enter beginner friendly. So actually, I'm going to change this to Big Air Pro and beginner friendly. So this kite is literally both of those things. It's very beginner friendly and it's great for big air. So we'll save that. Oh, free ride would have been another one. So I'm going to choose this, and I'm also going to add free ride. Oh, we should put free ride first though. I think that's actually 2 words, but it looks good as 1 word. So we'll do that. Free ride, Big Air Pro, and all 3. Oops, beginner friendly. Oh, it sorted it differently. So I want to actually edit this. You have to go into this to edit it. So we just click on that. And now you can see here's our order. So I want free ride to be actually at the top. There, now it's going to sort properly on the website front end. So we can take a look. Oh, I almost forgot something when you're creating this. We're going to go back in and edit this. So we chose display type, but variant creation. This is really important. We want variant creation to be always instantly or never. Dynamically is kind of weird. It won't make a variant until it's on a sale order. I just don't know what the use case is for that, but it is there. But maybe that's for manufacturing, I guess, and which we're not doing here. But instantly or never. So instantly, you would want that if, for sizes, for example, you're going to want a different variation for each size. Let's see what happened here when we added these because we have it on instant. Now there are 12 variants because it's like these are different options to buy for this kite. That's not what we want, right? So if we jump in here, look at all these options now. So now you've got each size and color, each with that particular, here, if we open this one up further, with that particular rider style. That's not right. It's all one kite. Each kite has all of the same ones. So what we need to do is on this attribute, we want to make sure we tick never. And the problem is if you have a product assigned, once you do that, you cannot change the variant creation afterward, which is really unfortunate. So what we need to do is we need to unassign this product from this variation from just one product, and then we can reapply it after. So let's duplicate our tab. We've got to actually remove it from the product. So we'll go back to our product, attributes and logistics. This is good to show this so you can see how to fix this. And we're just going to remove it. Now we'll save that. And now if we had duplicated our tab, so it's here. And we'll just refresh. And now you can see these aren't grayed out. So now we can switch it to never, which is what we wanted in the first place. Now the e-commerce filter, this is the filters on the left side of the website. So if I were to go back to the front end and we were to look at clearance, for example, here, do you want to see that in those filters? And I would say, yeah, that's okay to have the rider styles visible. That's a nice way to filter the kite products. And on product cards, do you want this hidden or visible or only on hover? So product cards, that would be these guys here. So if you're showing attributes on the product cards, if you've chosen that style, then you can choose which attributes will appear if you have it set up that way. And we're not showing any attributes on the product cards right now, so it doesn't really matter. But in general, you probably want to choose one of these for most of your attributes. We're just going to leave it as hidden. E-commerce category. Oh, we're going to add one. Let's do one called styles. I don't know if I'm going to keep this, but oh, discard. We want new. There we go. And related attributes, well, it'll be this one that we're doing. So we'll just save this though. There we go. Now we got e-commerce category styles. I'll show you what that does. Let's look in here. Is brand, that would be literally is this product brand, and this is not. Guide, so you can have size charts here if you want. These are things that we shouldn't get into right now. I think all of them. Style, well, default or circle. So default is always going to be show search bar in shop filter. This is a nice feature. So if you have an attribute that has a lot of options, then on the front end, and you can have at the top of whatever it is, say categories. Well, that's not one. So say size choices. You can have a search bar at the top, so you don't have to scroll through if there's, maybe 500 options to choose from. Okay, now I feel like we've actually finally gone through all of this. So let's just hop back to the product and go see what it looks like. So the last thing we added was that e-commerce category. Oh, we're not seeing it though because we had to re-add that attribute. So let's go back and re-add that attribute. So it was rider style. That, and I'm actually going to put brand at the top, and then size choices and color and rider style. Perfect. So now we'll go to the website. I didn't click save if you noticed. As long as you're navigating inside of Odoo with Odoo controls, it will save before it navigates. Okay, so we'll scroll down to the bottom, look at our specs again, and styles is right here. So that's what we created when we created that e-commerce category for attributes. Pretty nice. It helps you build out this table as you're adding attributes to products. Well, we've built everything out except for the product details, this tab. Now, this is already built out pretty nicely. We could maybe add a video there, I suppose. Maybe we want to reword some of this. Oh, this is like a lot, right? So this we could start out with AI, and we can do that in the back end or the front end. I'm going to stay on the front end. I'm going to select this text. I'm going to click the AI button. Let's just try that. We're going to be pretty ambiguous. You should always read what your AI robot writes for you so you don't contribute to all the AI slop on the internet. And this is quite a bit. Oh, that's so, isn't that a lot better? So let's actually, I'm going to read it first. Advanced construction. That's good. That's all accurate. Dynamic handling. Also excellent. Explosive power. Yes. Unrivaled big air. Yes. Enhanced light, wind, and drift. This is truly excellent. And wow, with that quick prompt. Generally, I find I've got to ask it to tweak things a little bit, but this is really well done. Now let's do the same thing for this paragraph. Oh, and this is in header 4. That's not good. Oh, I didn't check this one. What is this? Header 2. Yeah, that's okay. These can each be a header 2. Heading levels will be a different video, but well, we'll talk briefly about it. So your product name is a header 1. And this one we ended up putting in is a header 3. It shouldn't be. This should be header 2, if anything. I'm really just going to make it not a header. Just make that paragraph. And what we'll do is we'll just make it bold. I know normally you'd edit that from the back end, but... And then down here, so because this is header 1, your title of your page, all of the other things here are going to be header 2. And then if you had multiple headings under this one, they would be header 3. So that's how you should have this. This being all in header 2 is completely wrong, or header 4, even more completely wrong. So first, let's just make this paragraph. And then let's ask AI to fix it. They're really ambiguous, but let's see what it does. Make this paragraph read beautifully. Just reading it. So we're asking it to use bullets and to make it quick to read and compelling. The Rebel SLS maintains legendary status as the ultimate big air and kite looping machine. Huge hang time for massive boosts. Exceptionally easy to jump. Trusted for pro riders dominating. So this is really good. We're going to use this. Oh, let's ask for a heading as well. Oh, I could do that and then use this. Perfect. Look at that. So the formatting for H2 is handled by the website theme. So that we don't have to really do any formatting as long as we make sure it's got the right heading level. So if we highlight this, you can see that that's heading 2. And then here, this is just paragraph text, and that's what we want. Now down here, key features, is that heading 2? Yes, it is. These should be heading 3 then. Yes, they are. And I'm going to say that's probably already good, and this is good. Okay. I mean, this isn't amazing, but it's good, right? This looks pretty good to me. So we've optimized the introduction text here, or the short description, and we've added some information here. Maybe we should add another image here to even this out. And another thing, we always want to check, how does it look on mobile? And I would say, oh, we need some more padding on this, but I would say it looks pretty good. Be nice to have another image here. Since we're able to use any of the manufacturer's products for this, this was a 2023. If they're still, we can still find them for this kite. 2023 Duotone Rebel SLS, and that's what it was. And this is the manufacturer's site. So let's see what we've got here. And we used some of their own content. And of course, we formatted it and reworded it so that it's unique for us. But you can see that when that page was made, it was kind of copying what was on the manufacturer's site here. Oh, sizes and specs. So that table could be one thing we could use. Strong, light, superior. That's got a button. It's a quote from somebody. Reviews. So, yeah, we could use this. No, that isn't a button. It just looks like a button. I don't know what I just did. Oh, it plays a video. Where does that video come from? Is it on YouTube or is it somewhere else? ID equals YouTube 4623. Is this it? Let's see if that's it. Oh. Where's edit as text here? There we go. Where is the video in here? There it is. This is all we need. So we're going to copy that. Let's give it a heading. Well, let's make sure it works first. So we'll do enter / and we'll do media. That's the top one there. Ooh, what's going on? Oh, it's just taking some time. Okay, so we want to add a video. Ha! Look at that. We got it. We're not going to autoplay. We won't loop it. We will hide the player controls. And let's add it and let's see how that worked out. Oh, because I clicked it a few times. Oh, this is okay. This works good, right? Do I want to remove that? Yeah. Oh, doesn't that look great? Okay. Let's actually check this product page. We'll save. There we go. Beautiful. And let's see how it worked on mobile. Oops, I clicked on it. Oh, because we'd paused it. That's why. But it looks like this normally, right? So if we refresh this page. And again, I want to see it on mobile. So I'm just going to open the editor back up. There it is. That's how it looks. Looks great on mobile too. Nice. That's wonderful. We've optimized that out. Now some merchandising would be another thing we would want to do with this product. And that's on the sales and e-commerce tab in the upsell and cross-sell. So packagings, you don't need to worry about that. We won't get into that right now. But optional products, accessory products, alternative products. These are powerful. Now on that other product we were working on earlier, we had some of these. Or one of these open in the back end. Yeah. We had those optional products here. And if we just hover, it says optional products are suggested whenever the customer hits add to cart. And it gives some examples of things you might want to sell there. So warranty, whatever your upsells are, right? And then accessory products, we don't have any on this one, but it shows up when the customer reviews the cart before payment. So what would we want with a board? So maybe like a board sock. I'm going to add that for accessory products if we have them in the system. I think we do. Yeah, 5.3. Is that right? I'm just going to pull up my calculator here. And we don't need any currency exchange. We just need basic. Oh no, units. And we want to see centimeters here. So we want centimeter at the bottom. There we go. And at the top, we want, it was inches, right? So yeah, we'll do this in inches. 5'3", so that's, so first 5 times 12 is 60. So 63 inches. That's 160 centimeters. And the board is up to 141. So that board stock will fit. It's bigger than the board. That's what I needed to know before I list that board stock. So now we've added that. Now let's go see on this product, the accessory products. We already saw optional, but we'll review all three. So optional, accessory, and alternative products. So we're going to go to the front end. And our Alternative products end up here in the similar products carousel. And now there's another piece of the accordion added for the accessory products. So you can actually see them right on the product itself, the way we have this website set up. And there's that board sock. So if they wanted to also add that to cart, they could. Now, as well, if they were just looking at, let's just go back to where we were. If they were looking at this board and they decided to purchase it, so let's say the 141 that's in stock, add to cart. Hey, it's Future Sean here again. I'm much more tired now. I've been editing this video for a lot longer than I think it should have taken. Fire's out. It's getting cold in here. I wasn't paying attention and I let it go out. That's okay. So the reason we're interjecting this time is it turns out that the accessory products is fine, which you just saw, but optional products actually did not appear, as you can see right here in this freeze frame, when we added to cart, and it should have. So I think it's probably just a configuration thing. Like I think I mentioned earlier, we just migrated this website to the most recent version of Odoo, the major version, and there's still a few things to finish up. I guess this is one of them. But what I did do while I was recording is I was thinking on my feet, and I just went over to another site we built where I knew we had it set up. But when I did that, I had stopped recording and then started again, but I guess my microphone was at almost minimum, so you can't hear anything. So we're going to play it back, and I'm going to offer commentary over top of myself here. This is on a site selling this product line. This is Performance Plus selling HP tuners products. So these are a tuning product, a performance tuning product for vehicles. And eventually I will click, build package, and then shop now. There we go. And come on, do it. Add to cart. Add to cart. There it is. Now, I'm actually just going to pause this. So what we see here is we added to cart this product, and we're showing the shopper an upsell. If you remember, if we scroll back here, right here, that is your optional products. So your accessory products will appear on the product itself, on the product details page. And then it appears one more time. I'll show you. And then optional products is appearing right here as soon as you add to cart. So this is your upsell. Then we'll just hit play again here. So we've added that upsell to cart and we proceed to checkout. Now check this out. There is your accessory products. Again, this is very powerful. You can see now we did an upsell at the time of adding to cart. We did a cross-sell on the product page. And now we're attempting that cross-sell one more time before the customer pays. So if you're a business that has an online catalog and has online ordering, I highly recommend when you're optimizing your products that you remember more than content. Think about the merchandising. Think about cross-sells and upsells. This is a very powerful thing. Remember, actually, this will be another episode sometime talking about retargeting your past customers. If your customers are interested in opting in to hearing about future deals, of course, you can email them. You can even text if you want. Email marketing makes a lot of sense. People seem to enjoy it. It's easy to opt out of emails, and they don't feel too intrusive. So there you go. This did work in the end. Well, not really. It worked on this site, but we'll get it working on Kite House as well. I really need to get some sleep. Then tomorrow, finish this episode up and publish it. Good night.